this video we'll learn how to create a simple opt-in page. As you can see, I'm in my WordPress account, and at this point to create my opt-in page, I'll hover on pages and I'll click on my add new option. So when I click on add new, it takes me into this new screen where I can give my page a title. So I'm gonna call it my test opt-in page. And as you can see, you can also create your URL slug here. So that's the end part of your web address that displays on the web address option. So once this is done, you have an option to publish your page if you think it's ready to be published. If it's published, like you can see, the visibility is public and all those things on the right hand side. Or you can also click on the Launch Thrive Architect to build your opt-in page basically. So once you click on that, it takes a couple of seconds or a few seconds sometimes for the system or for WordPress to load this particular page. At this point, you can either create a normal page using your theme template or a standalone page. So this is a pre-built landing page. I personally like to use a pre-built landing page because most of the things are in place already. And as you can see, once you select that, you get a few options here. And if I keep scrolling down, and again you can see on the left hand side there are quite a few options in here. I personally over time have realized that I like this Copy 2.0 Smart, so we're gonna select that. And under this Copy 2.0 Smart, you can see that there are quite a few options. There are quite a few options here. I like to keep my opt-in pages really simple. So for me at this point, it doesn't really matter which one I select because I'll be building it from scratch. So I'm just going to select the simple page and I'm going to click on my apply template button. And once you submit that, as you could have seen, there was a pop-up that said the template changed successfully. So again, it takes a few seconds for the page to load with whatever the theme that was. Depending on your convenience, you can use any of this pre-built text areas or the video or any of these options for that matter. Again, as I said, I like to keep my opt-in page really simple. I'm going to click on the plus sign on the right hand side. I'm going to select a background section and I'm going to drop it above this existing background section that it was. So as you can see, the new background section that I've dropped in here is like a plain one. So I'm going to delete my other background sections because I don't really need them anymore. So once I get rid of them, all you see is one background section and a plain area. At this point, I want to write some text into my opt-in page. So I'm going to go back to this plus icon here, select your text option and drop it inside your background area. Now just for us to get a little more clarity or visibility here, I'm going to drag this thing down. And you can write anything in your text area. For example, just for this opt-in page, I'm going to say something like build your online income right away. And also something like learn from the best and proven method, right? So something like this. I like to honestly keep my text either 2 or 3 lines. I don't like to make it too complicated or too simple. So once you have your text, I'm going to highlight that. I'm going to place it in the middle. Just so that there's more clarity and there's more visibility to this. Another thing that I've personally is I like to keep my fonts under pop-ins. It's just a personal favorite. I just like this font compared to others. And then I'm gonna maybe increase the size of my font. So I'm gonna make that to 40, and since that's 40, I'm gonna make my second line probably at around 30. And I'm going to highlight some sections. I'm going to make this section bold, and as well as my best and proven method. Alright, so now that most of my text is in here, I also like to keep it towards the center of my screen. As you can see, it's still towards the top of my screen. So to bring this entire text area to the center, all we have to do is we can collapse this main options and expand your layout and position. And I'll probably make it like 100. You can increase it more, decrease it more, like however you like your text to be displayed. So now this looks pretty good, according to me. So now that we have all of this here, it's a good thing to always save your work consistently. So you can click on the save work option. My changes are saved. So right now when we go to this section, I'll search for lead generation. So this is a section where you can capture your emails and redirect users towards submitting their emails. So once you search for lead generation, you get that, and you can drop it below your text area. And one of the reasons why I like Thrive, because like there are so many templates built in. So for your lead generation, you can see that there are so many pre-built templates that you can use. So for me, I'm trying to capture a user's email address. So for that, and again, as I told you earlier, I like to keep my opt-in page really simple. So I will select this particular template because it looks really simple. So once you select that, as you can see, it drops the template down here. At this point, since I don't really want to capture the user's name, I want to like delete this particular section. So to delete or modify anything with a pre-built template, we always go to your main options, select that particular block or the section that you want to edit, and you can click on edit form elements. So once you say that, you can select each individual section, whereas you could select just this block earlier, if you notice that. So right now I'm going to select my name section and I'm going to get rid of that. So once I do that, for the users to enter their email addresses, I'm going to change this placeholder to email address. And once I click out of it, you can see that it's changed to email address. And also, like, I don't like it towards the left, I like it more towards the center. So I'm gonna like bring it towards the center, and I'm gonna increase the font size to probably like 20 so that it's more evident and visible. So I think that's pretty good with my email address section. And moving on to the button, to the submit button, as you can see, whenever you hover on top of each button or a section, it kind of shows you what you're looking at. So when I go to this, again, I want to increase this size to 20. So that looks good. And also towards the right, you can see like there is a right arrow kind of a button. I don't know if you guys noticed that. But once you click on it, you have an option to change the icon. If you want to use a different icon, you can go in here. And as you can see, there are multiple different icons. So whichever you think, if you want to change, you can select one of these. But I think this icon is pretty good, so I'm gonna like go with that. I'm gonna select my icon and I'm gonna increase this size back to 20 just to keep everything consistent. And once this is done, I'm gonna click on my done button. Both the fields look pretty interesting, they look really good. And I like to keep my opt-in page really simple, so that's good for me. One of the main things that we have to do in your opt-in page is to integrate it with your GetResponse or Aweber, anything, whatever you want to integrate it to. One of the ways that you can integrate it is click on Add Connection, and you can go to your API dashboard right from here. You don't have to like come out of the screen or anything. So once you click on go to API dashboard, it takes you into your API dashboard. As you can see, I've already integrated my GetResponse. If you have not integrated your GetResponse, you can click on your add new connection, click on select an app, and if you type GetResponse, you will see GetResponse under this section. But as I mentioned, since I've already installed it or connected it, I'm not seeing that option anymore. Once you select that, it's very simple. So all you need is this API key. I have my GetResponse logged in here. So under your menu, you have your integrations and API. So once you click on that, The third option on the top is your API section. So once you go there, it shows your API key. All you have to do is copy. It says that your API key is copied. And you have to come here, paste your API key, and select your version 3 option and hit connect. That's pretty much all we have to do to connect or integrate your GetResponse with your Thrive, so that you can use it to build your or use it to connect your email addresses. So once you select your GetResponse, you can choose like someone, which mailing list you want to like use. Again, you can build your lists from your by going back to my GetResponse, clicking on lists. You have a bunch of options here to build your list, and I'm just going to leave it at run one. That's fine, that works for me. And I'm going to click on apply, and my once you click on save, your opt-in page is ready and it's good to go. Again, as I said, like I like to keep my opt-in page simple, so that's pretty much it. Another thing is you have all the three different modalities down here. So this is how it looks on your iPad, for example, and this is how it looks on your mobile. So again, if you feel like the text is too big for your mobile, you can like reduce the font size, and it sticks only for mobile, so this doesn't change for your iPad or desktop. So with iPad and desktop it still stays with the same font, but for mobile it reduces, and that's again one of the advantages or good features of Thrive. So ultimately, once you make all the changes, you click on save work, and that's pretty much it.